Dude, do you want to go give Master Chief a Snickers, man? He just turns into a real grouch when he's hungry. Yeah, bro, no problem. Whoa. Someone's not themselves when they're hungry, huh?
You're not you when you're hungry. Snickers satisfies.
What's up, fellow collectors? Today I'm talking about the Halo Reach Series 4 Brute Minor action figure. And this guy looks freaking huge in the box, man. It's pretty much just a small amount of packaging and him just, you know, popping out of here. Looks really cool. It comes with a spike rifle. Let's see what he looks like in the game here. Looks all evil monkey man guy going on. On the back here you can see all the figures that come out in the series. Bunch of Covenant guys, bunch of Spartan guys, some armor packs, very cool stuff. So yeah, pretty excited to review the Brute. I like the Brutes a lot, and yeah, so we're gonna open them up and review them. Alright, I got this guy opened up. I gotta say, right out of the package, man, this is a very cool figure. You know, I definitely am a huge fan of the Brute characters. I just think that there's something really cool about these big, massive, monkey creatures that run around and kill everybody in the game. I don't know, it's just cool to me. He comes with a spike rifle, which is painted very nicely. It's even got the barrels in there, kind of an orange and red, like it's heated up, it's about to fire at you. It's got a peg, so you can place it on the side of a Spartan, like on their legs, because he actually doesn't have any peg holes on him to place side weapons or grenades, which is alright, because, I mean, I don't really see Brutes throwing grenades too often in the game, and he does come with a plasma grenade, which I don't, and when I played Halo Reach, I never saw Brutes throwing grenades, really. I don't know, maybe it's just my experience in the game and they've done it to you, but, you know, personally, I don't think I've ever seen a Brute throw a plasma grenade at me. But he does come with that, so you can just give it to somebody else or whatever. Pretty cool stuff. Now, the figure itself, the detail on it is freaking awesome. I like all these bands around his legs here, and he's got some around his forearms. That looks really nice. He doesn't have a lot of armor all over his body, but I guess that's the point of having a minor kind of rank, is you don't have a lot of armor, and you got to do, you know, as much as you can with as little as you have to rank up. So, you know, that's pretty much how the Brutes work, and most of the Covenant. You get to see like some of his hairy back in there. Yeah, he's got some back hair action going on. I like all these, you know, rigid grooves and stuff all over his skin. He's got like this rhinoceros tough looking skin, which is pretty much what a Brute is to me. It's like a mix between a monkey and like a rhinoceros feel, and like, you know, I guess that's just the way I imagine him. The head sculpt's really nice. The helmet isn't removable, but you can actually barely see his eyes in there. You can see he's got a nice face sculpt here that's really nice with his eyes. I really do like this point of articulation here. He's got this ability to move his mouth. Whoa! So that's really cool. I really enjoy that, you know, because now when I make stop motions or do displays with him, there's just so much like emotion that you can get when a figure can open his mouth up and close it, you know, and even though it sounds silly because it's an action figure, but when you take a picture of this guy and he's kind of screaming and throwing, you know, throwing his fists in the air, or, you know, about to smash down on a Spartan, and he's got his mouth open like he's screaming, the emotion of that is really captured in the image, you know, as opposed to if he was just always had his mouth closed like that, you know, there's not as much emotion in that facial expression. But overall, it's a very awesome figure. I love the articulation on it. It's got 360 at the arm here. The bicep actually swivels. Look at that. Look at that. See, the Brute's biceps swivel, but the Marine's don't. I just don't understand that. And he's even got an additional swivel action in his forearm here. And then he's got these nice ratchet joints, so they lock into place when you're trying to pose them. He got 360 motion at the wrist here. His head, he can look up and down very nicely, and side to side. There's nothing that's really limiting him in his articulation at his neck. And his legs have some pretty decent articulation. You know, you can't get him to kick back really far, but you know, he does have some pretty good articulation there. At the knees, you know, you got 360 there, and then you got some at the ankle here, but there isn't any at his toes or on his feet like that. But overall, it's a really good figure, and it's awesome because, you know, his legs are so big and proportioned to the rest of his body that he can actually stand up very well. See, look, I didn't even have to do anything. I just had to like sit him down, and he just stood up. You know, that's pretty hard. Even with the Spartan figures, sometimes you got to mess with them a little bit because they have these really small legs in comparison with the bulkiness of their upper body. Now this guy, he just proportions out really well, and it looks really good. What I really love about these brutes is how massive they are in comparison to all the other figures. I mean, just look at that. You know, you got a Spartan character here. He like towers over the Spartan, and then the grunt, you got a grunt here, and he's just like a short little puny guy. And then you got an ODST, which is a little bit shorter than the Spartan, and he's already like just freaking dwarfing him. Even the elites are still a little bit smaller than the brutes, which is accurate. You know, the brutes should be a little bit taller than the elites, which is really, really cool. It's a really, really cool dynamic, and I love how you got these really tall characters to really, really shorter characters. So when you're building a display or a diorama or making a stop motion, you have all these different sizes of characters to work with, and it really just makes a nice display, I think. Now you can get the Spartan to hold on to the spike rifles. He actually holds on to those really nicely. You know, you can shake it, it's not going to come out of his hand or anything. I really like that. I like when the Spartans can hold the other guns that the Covenant figures come with, in case I want to do a display or something with the Covenant figures. Now he does hold the spike rifle really well. You know, fortunately you can't get it through all three of his fingers, but I kind of loop it through these two here, and it tends to work really well from what I'm trying to go for. And he actually holds on to it really well, and he's not going to fall out of his hand, and I'm really happy about that. So that's really cool. So overall, the detail, the articulation, just the overall massive bulk of this figure is freaking awesome. If you're a parent and you're looking for a good, solid figure to get for your kid that they're going to play with, you know, the brutes are very, very good for that. You know, the elites seem a little bit fragile, and they're really hard to stand up with. The brutes, they're really bulky. They can, you know, withstand if a kid's playing with them, and they look really good next to the Spartans. They're really good enemies to fight against, and yeah, it just looks really cool, especially for a collector standpoint. Check out my channel, guys. I got a ton of reviews on there. Got a ton of Halo stuff, and I collect other lines as well. Make sure you subscribe because I come out with new videos every week, multiple videos. So subscribe so you don't miss out on any of those. Please rate, comment, and share, and do all that awesome stuff you guys do. And I will see you all in the next video. And thank you all for watching.